What's up, everybody? This is Jay, and welcome to Jaymoorereviews Power Origin Stories Part 2, The Rise of Kanan. Remember to subscribe to my channel and also click the like button. I'm trying to get 25 likes for this video. Also, please continue to support me on PayPal and Patreon. The links is in the description box below. Now, Kanan, he started off as a young thug hanging out in South Jamaica, Queens, New York. He was trying to make it on his own. Not much is said about his home life and his mother and father, but it's assumed he probably had a rough background, pretty much poor background. And so with that being said, he wanted to rise to the top. He was always a big kid, and with that, he used that to gain influence with a crew. He rode with many men, and so with that being said, what he wanted to do was shine. And so he began to use his power, influence, and his ability to be pure evil to rise to the top. Things was going good, but then he had a son, and that was something that changed him and kind of made him happy, because Kanan wanted to have a young thug to raise of his own. And so with that, he had his son. He was rising to power in the neighborhood, and now he had a crew of heavy hitters, aka Tommy and Ghost, by his side. It seemed that everything was going great for Kanan. In the meantime, he had money, he had a crew, he had a son to raise of his own, to teach to be a criminal just like Daddy. But what he didn't know is Ghost, one of his members of his crew, had plans of his own, and they didn't include Kanan. They only included himself and Tommy. And little did Kanan know that Ghost's plans were far greater than anything he could ever have imagined. So Kanan, without realizing it, was under attack by Ghost, and Ghost used his new love interest of his life, Tasha, to complete the plan, which included him being set up and ending up in jail. While in jail, Kanan knew something just didn't sit right on how he was pulled over. It just so happened to be when he was rolling with all that stuff. And so when he found out that Ghost and Tasha had something to do with it, then all he could think about was killing them both and getting revenge and rising to power. He began to use whatever means necessary, which included his son, and using him to infiltrate Ghost's organization. He also hired Pink Sneakers so that she could destroy and bring confusion to their organization without them knowing who was doing it. When he was released from jail, he had that she was supposed to execute Ghost that day, but the plan failed. So he eventually went to meet Ghost. He delayed at first, and when he went there, he couldn't help but throw shots back, saying, "I just hope I get the chance to pay you back for everything you did for me." Now, Ghost didn't realize he meant, yeah, like setting me up. One thing he wanted to do first was get a base of operations. To show how cruel he can be, he killed an old lady and suffocated her with a Jesus Saves pillow, no less. I mean, how low could that be? That's some things that not even some of the grimiest people could do. With that base of operations, he then enlisted a new crew. He started off with Dre, a young hood that he met while he was in jail, that he saved his ass, and now Dre owed him his life. He used Dre to get close with Ghost, and at the same time, he got close with Tommy so that he could learn the organization from the inside with Tommy, while Dre worked the angle with Ghost. Tommy, looking up to Kanan still and not aware of what Ghost did with Tasha, loved to talk to Kanan and tell everything like a big mouth. And at the same time, Kanan still worked the angle of his son trying to get close with Ghost, even to the point of trying to have his son be the one to execute Ghost. His son was pretty much raised by Ghost, and he was nowhere near ready to take out such a hard target, and Ghost proved that when he reversed the gun on him when he had to drop. When Sean came to tell him, hey, I don't want to be a part of this, you just an old washed up thug, and he gave him the gun back, which was a bad move, and tried to walk away, the first thing Kanan did was shoot and kill his own son. I mean, that's just as low as it can get. And when he shot him, he didn't die right away. He walked up to him, knocked the phone out of his hand, said, what you trying to do, call mommy? Then he told him before he finished him off, you don't even deserve to be my son. And then he shot him point blank in the head, left a red dot on his head, left him looking like a Hindu. And so what happened is he then started to focus on the Dre angle and try to get more information and infiltrate as much as he can so that he could take over Ghost and Tommy's organization from the inside out. He arranged a meeting with Ruiz and everybody else, and in the end that didn't work out. So what he did was Ghost found out, and he and Ghost had a little standoff. He ended up losing, taking the L, and Ghost left him burnt with a crisply crackly arm crunched up. He ended up going to stay with his cousin Jukebox to recuperate. And while there, she helped with one of her friends to help get that crunchy, crisply crackly arm healed and get it together. Once he was feeling better, he tried to stick his hot dog in his girl's microwave and try to feel a little better and get things going. He then tried to get a new crew together. They robbed the jewelry store. He ended up killing one of those guys. He got back in town, had to show how crazy he could be. He used Dre's daughter as leverage against him. Then he started to work the Tariq angle and used Tariq. He was about to execute him, but then realized, hey, he don't like Ghost either. Maybe we have something here. So he began to like Tariq eventually, but Jukebox, having a better vision, said instead of robbing his friends for TVs, we'll use him for leverage and we'll instead use him for ransom. He didn't like that, and what he ended up doing after she made him confess that he wasn't shit is kill Jukebox. Now, here's the thing. He's now in the good graces of Ghost and Tommy somehow, and what's going to happen is he's going to eventually double cross them, because in the end, in his mind, he still feels he should be on top and that they owe him and that he's the real boss. So that's the rise of Kanan up until now. Actually, we'll see, but in my opinion, he's going to double cross Ghost and Tommy and stab them in the back. It's just inevitable. And with that being said, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Power Origin Stories. Also, I just want to thank you for your support, and continue to support me on patreon.com/Jaymoorereviews, and also on PayPal at Jaymoorereviews. And just every little bit helps. Even as $1 helps me continue to create content full time, so I appreciate it. Follow me at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Jaymoorereviews, and I look forward to hearing your comments. Check out these other videos. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.